Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. विरज्य विषय व्राता दोष दृष्ट्या मुमुर्मुहुः स्वलक्षे नियतावस्था मनसः शम उच्यते. When we are studying, the adhikari, the student who is qualified for studying Vedanta, in that there was Shamadhi Shataka Sampatti. Shataka 6, Sampatti wealth. The spiritual wealth has 6 aspects, and the first is Shama. Then Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhana. So this Shama is what there we were told that Virajya Vishayam Vratat Dosha Drushta Mumurmuhu Swalakshe Niyata Avastha Manasaha Shama Uchyate. If we have to withdraw from something, what is important is we have to find out what are the shortcomings in that. Don't we do this when these boys or the girls, they go for seeing each other? That is now outdated practice. Now they find out themselves, and it's good for the parents, no jhanjat. So the boy goes to see the girl, and then he goes on talking to her, this, that. See? And then finally he says, no, these are the shortcomings, I cannot get married to her. She is a good girl, but from my point of view, I am 7 plus and she is 2 plus. So such a height difference is no good. So dosha drishti, whenever we see something wrong, we want to avoid that. See? In the same manner, when we adore something, then we will seek that. Now, if this is the principle, then what will happen? What is wrong in something, we avoid it, and then the mind can be fixed to the job. What is right, if it is recognized, then the mind will be fixed for that job. Therefore, to control the mind and make it available to our spiritual practice, these 2 things are required. What are the shortcomings in us, and what are the plus points in us? So the shortcoming should be rejected and the plus point should be asserted. This is how we are going to now study the next topic. We have to condemn this ego. We start from verse number 299. Satyante pratibandhaha pumsa samsara hetavo drishtaha teshamekam mulam prathama vikaro bhavati ahankaraha. We might have studied this, but never mind. Santi anne pratibandhaha. There are many factors, many obstacles, many reasons. Pumsaha samsara hetavo drishtaha. For the getting entanglement in the relative world, there are many obstacles are seen, and among them tesham ekam moolam prathama vikaro bhavati ahankaraha. So there are many reasons, causes, because of which we get entangled in this relative world. See, and among them, tesham ekam moolam, the first one, the root cause of our getting entangled in this relative world is prathama vikaro bhavati ahankaraha. The first is the ahankar. See. Now this ahankar we have to understand. When we are identified with the body, we take ourselves to be somebody in relation to body, in relation to achievements, in relation to failures. Everything with reference to body. And therefore we keep on talking about our past. So what is the ego? Ego is that which is always carrying the burden of the past. And therefore he thinks himself to be superior than others. And thus the relative world happens. See? So this we have to really understand. So it is the ego, the position of the ego is something like this. I'll tell you one or two examples. When a garland is made, then how the garland is made? The flowers which are randomly taken and they are put together through a thread. So one thread goes through all these flowers and then a garland is made. Now what is the relationship between these flowers? No relationship. How they have come? They have just come randomly, no reason. Okay. If there are too many flowers, the garland will be very long, very big. If there are less flowers, garland will be less. If there is only one flower, no garland. If this is understood. Now second point. Whatever may be the size of the garland, doesn't matter. If we cut that thread and separate all the flowers and the thread and see where the garland has gone. Has the garland gone anywhere? No. But you have seen it, yes. What is the garland? Although it is seen, yet it doesn't exist. This is what is called illusion. It is not absent. Illusions have got utility. See, like the reflection in the mirror is illusion, but it has a utility. What is the utility? If nobody likes us, at least we can like ourselves. So we stand in front of the mirror and start looking at the different angles and different aspects of our face. See, you watch this, various people taking selfies, you just watch them. The other day we went to some temple, little, on a mountain type of thing. And there we saw everybody is taking selfie. So I was watching them. Those boys or the girls, neither educated nor very beautiful looking, nor any proper makeup, no nothing. And yet making different faces and taking the selfie and enjoying. Because although the mirrors are illusions, yet they help to glorify yourself. Therefore, illusions, they do appear. They have utility. Garland has utility, see? But that doesn't mean it is real. Therefore, out of the three aspects, Sat, Asat and illusory. Real, not real, but illusions. So, this particular example, now if you further analyze and apply it our day-to-day life. Every day, or rather every morning we wake up, we become waker after a body identification. Then we sleep. Then next day we wake up, again there is body identification. Again there is a waker. Now what is the relationship between yesterday's waker and today's waker? No relationship. See? Then be attentive. So every waker is a different flower. Like every dream has got a separate dreamer. Exactly the same way. Every waking experience has got a separate waker. He is not the same. Now this point also you have to understand through another example. When we switch on the car, horsepower is invoked. The petrol doesn't propel the car, the engine doesn't propel the car, it is the strength and power of the horse, the horsepower, that is propelling the car. So we switch on the car, horsepower 1 is born, then we switch off, horsepower 1 is gone. Then again we switch on and again horsepower 2 is born and again switch off, horsepower 2 gone. Like that you do it n number of times. Now the question is this horsepower 1, 2, 3, 4 they are the same? So we will come to know they cannot be same because it began and end. See? So the horsepower 1 switch on, it is born, switch off, gone. Second horsepower born, gone. So how they are one? They are separate from each other. So they cannot be the same. See friends, how important it is. In the same manner, like for every dream there is a separate dreamer, for every waking experience there is a separate waker. Then what happens? Now come to the garland. So we collect all the wakers, right from childhood onwards, and take a thread of consciousness which goes through all of them, and we make a garland of these flowers in the fools. We make the garland of these fools, flowers, and then we keep on talking on the basis of our past. I know I have done it earlier. See how important it is to understand this. And if the person is old, too many flowers, a very big garland. If young, less flowers, small garland. If a small child, hardly any past, very small, like Ganapati's garland, 3 flowers. And if there is only one, be attentive, and this one flower is the seeker. And if we are today, wherever we are, whenever we are, whatever we are 100%, that means only one flower, only today. So the past is not brought in the present, the future is not created, and we remain 100% in the present. There is no ego. So what is the ego? Like the garland, it is useful, but it is not real. In the same manner, when we talk about our life, it is useful to deal with the people, vyavahara, but that is not real. See? So I am a husband, so it is useful. You get good food at home, she cooks for you, you get a company, you get a respect in the society, you get to go somewhere along with her, you get a legal partner to fight with, you can have a nice house, all useful. But that does it mean that the husband is real? No. So when the wife goes away, what happens to husband? Nothing. Like when the garland thread is cut, there is no garland. What happened to garland? Nothing happened. Why? Because garland was never there. It was only an appearance. Then get married again, again husband is born, use the same flowers, the same thread, make another garland, another husband is born. Think, friends, think. This ego that we talk about is this. See, therefore we told you so many times, Real spiritual practice is we have to remain in the utter present. That is the highest spiritual practice. Don't bring your past. And to help us, this, God has given us a faculty, and the faculty is ability to forget. See? And in this manner, when you start remaining in the present, to that extent, your ahankar, your ego will be reduced. And therefore, you have nothing to talk about the past, and you have nothing to worry about the future. Net result, you are happy in the present. In other words, whenever you are happy, you are in the present. See, a person who is worried about the future or a person who is lost in the past, if a wonderful joke is told, he cannot laugh because he is not in the present. Therefore, those who are happy people, they are more and more in the present. See, friends. Therefore, you will see the fat people. You will not see a fat person miserable with a sunken face, no. You can imagine a laughing Buddha, only bones. It cannot be. See? You must have seen that picture which has gone viral so much. One person sitting in meditation, only bones and long hair, the jata, and from his head one light is going out. See his face, not happy. See, friends, ego cannot allow us to laugh. This is what I said. Santi अन्ये प्रतिबंधाः पुंसा संसार हेतवो दृष्टा तेषाम एकम मूलम प्रथम विकारो bhavati ahankaraha. And therefore this ahankar doesn't allow us even to participate in life fully. See? You can see this. If there is some bhajan kirtan going on and somebody is singing and others are following, and if you are sitting there with a strong ahankar, you will never join that singing. If others are clapping, you will not clap. You will simply watch. Or you will close your eyes and sit. Why? I cannot join with a group. See? If some people are dancing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, and if you are standing with the hands tied down and watching from a distance, no, I can't dance. Why? Ego. See, friends, so what is ahankar? Getting identified with the finite and collecting the burden of those identifications as a personality, as a vyakti, that is ahankar. Therefore, what is the best way to get rid of this ahankar and the samsara? Do not talk about your past. Do not ask anybody about their past. See? And those who are not interested in their own past, they cannot be interested in somebody else's past. See? And then, to that extent, when the past is not important, future also becomes unimportant. See? And then when the mind becomes relatively quiet, then we understand this principle. We have no choice but to live in the present. We have no choice. We have to live in the present. See? So what is natural? Why not be in that state? Going in the past is not natural. Going in the future is not natural. And even if you do it, it is useless. By going in the past and the future, we insult the present. Therefore, how to get rid of this ego? Be happy only today. Another Maha Mantra. See, we have given you so many mantras. देखो सुनो बोलो मत. See, hear, don't talk. जहाँ हूँ, जब हूँ, जो हूँ, 100%. Wherever, whenever, whatever I am, 100%. See? Now this is another mantra. Be happy today. Tomorrow will be miserable. Can there be a simpler spiritual practice than this? We are not giving you a terrible, terrifying picture. If you do this thing, then you will go to hell or you will go to heaven. Don't forget about the future. Man, remain in the present. There is no choice also, na? Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrut. We have no choice. We have to live in the present. So how to live in the present? We live in the present expressed through 3 channels. One channel is the body, second channel is the speech, third channel is the mind. So whatever you are supposed to do through your body, for example, wiping the floor, washing the utensils, starting the washing machine, putting the clothes on the drying line. See? As a man, you are supposed to do this. So if you have to do this, don't do it as a burden. Do it happily. See? Meaning what? Let every action be an expression of happiness. See? Yesterday I was seeing something, one funny YouTube thing has come. And this is in our Bombay Kandivali. There is somebody who is making doshas. And after he makes his dosha, he doesn't give it normal way as it is given. He just throws it. And there is another person who catches it in a plate. So from the tawa, it is folded properly, cut into pieces, and then with another steel spatula, then it is thrown to that man who is catching it, and he catches it directly in the plate, so it is untouched by the human hand. See how beautiful it is. And he is doing so naturally, happily, cheerfully. While doing it, if he is thinking about something here and there, it will not happen. Happiness gives you perfection in life. A miserable person cannot be perfect. A happy person alone can be perfect. Because happiness is an expression of perfection. See, my dear friends, therefore, संत्यन्ये प्रतिबंधा पुंसः संसार हेतवो दृष्टाः तेषाम् एकं मूलं प्रथम विकारो भवति अहंकारः. So we have to dissolve this ahankar. See? And we can dissolve it only by understanding. Because it is not created, it is not real. The garland is an illusion. This you have to only understand. You don't have to destroy the garland. See, use it properly, nicely, nothing wrong. In the same manner, this ahankar, I, use it properly. How ahankar? I belong to such a noble family. In our family, nobody was drinking, nobody was smoking, nobody was eating non-vegetarian, nobody was going to the wrong places, clubs and all that. Therefore, I will not go. This ahankar is helpful. See? But if the other ahankar, I am not the only one corrupt, everybody is corrupt, all politicians are corrupt. When they are corrupt, what happens to them? Nothing happens. See? And we poor people, something happens, we are put behind a bar. You see all the politicians who are already convicted, and they are out on the bail and nothing happening to them, they are enjoying life. You may call them they are corrupt, but who cares? If this is what we think, and we also go that way. See, friend, then the same ahankar will become destructive. Therefore, friends, ahankar is both way. It is helpful to protect us from ourselves. And the same ahankar, when it is wrongly practiced, wrongly applied, then the same ahankar will lead us to the destruction. See, friends, so simple it is. Santyanye pratibandhaha pumsaha samsara hetavo drishtaha tesham ekam moolam prathama vikaro bhavati ahankaraha. To understand is ahankar. The first understanding, we live in the utter present. Don't bring your past and future. Number two, self-glorification and self-condemnation is possible only with reference to past. In the present, when there is no past, no glory, no condemnation. See? And when we know that our actions are the expression of happiness, then we will not expect happiness through action, but we will express happiness through action. See? This is what the famous verse from Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. See? Whenever we do something, we are expecting happiness, success out of that action. And it will always come in the period of in the future period. But if we are happily doing whatever we are to do, then who cares? Because what for things you are done for happiness. You have done it happily, now relax. Whatever comes, accept it. Whole attitude towards life will change. See? Apply this. To that extent only the ego will disappear. Whenever we study the scriptures only for the intellectual understanding and etc., then we become erudite scholar, pandit. We can give lecture to others as I am giving. But it will not be practiced by us. And when we start practicing what we have learned, we will naturally become silent. See? This is how we have to conquer this ahankar. So through the body, whatever work we have to do it happily. Through the speech, whatever we have to talk happily. No bitterness. See, one of the most important spiritual practices is one has to be very careful that we do not talk negative things about anybody in life. Extremely important. No negative things. Everybody has got some plus or minus points, but then we have become expert dosha drishti. And therefore all the positive things are gone and only the negative things. About this I had given you an example many years before. There was a student, she went home and she was complaining to her father. And father was the principal of the school where the girl was studying. And she said, Papa, remove that teacher, he is very bad. He said, okay, I'll remove him. First of all, before you tell his bad points, tell his good points, 10 of them. Or he doesn't have a single good point. No, he has good point. Very good. Now tell 10 of them. So when she started enumerating 10 good points, she herself felt it is useless to talk one bad point. See? So if you have to think about somebody, think the positive things. Negative we also have. See, friends, in this manner, ego expressing through action is happiness. Ego expressing through the speech is nice, decent. No dirty, no bad things to be spoken. And for that, another mantra I had given you. Whenever we address somebody, address respectfully. Maharaj, Bhagwan, Prabhu, देखो, Mahatma ji, immediately your attitude changes. But normally what happens? We talk to people in a very derogatory expression. अरे बेवकूफ इधर आ जा. When you say somebody बेवकूफ इधर आ जा, do you think you will have a good chemistry inside? No. On the contrary, you say, hey Mahatma ji. The moment you say Mahatma ji, you cannot use a bad word. That is the way to get rid of the ego from our system. And then the expression is through the mind. To the mind we think. See? So when we are thinking happily, you can never be destructive. See? This is the technique. We have to conquer the ahankar. And nobody can do it for us. See, friends. यावत् स्यात् स्वस्य संबंधो अहंकारेण दुरात्मना तावन्न लेश मात्रापि मुक्ति वार्ता विलक्षणा. यावत्, as long as दुरात्मना अहंकारेण स्वस्य संबंधः, as long as we are associated with this duratma, this terrible monster called the ahankar, tavat, till then lesha matrapi mukti varta vilakshana na bhavati. Do not expect even an iota of freedom to be attained through your life. See? It is here we told you number of times. Vedanta talks about freedom from I, not freedom for I. Freedom from ahankar. See? When I as a father become angry and shout at my child, and I as a father, though, but live as a man and therefore don't shout at my child, there is a difference. See? So earlier only the father was expressing. But now the man is expressing as father and he is aware that first he is a man, then he is a father. First he is a man, then he is a husband. In the same manner, first we have to recognize our divine being and then play the role. Like an actor on the stage, he remembers that he is not Chhatrapati Shivaji. He is not even an ordinary pati. See, most of these people, they are called Lalita Kala. Those people who are actors, musicians, dancers. They have got a very funny kind of mind makeup, mind setup. They all the time want on the stage. See. So, when an actor is on the stage, he definitely remembers first that he is not Chhatrapati Shivaji, he is a man. And then he acts so beautifully. But in and through all that action, he never forgets that he is a man. Exactly the same way. We have to function in this world, function perfectly. This is what is called the Vyavaharik Jiva. But at the same time, we have to remember that we are essentially divine and the divinity we have to discover, which is hidden behind this ahankar. So what is happening? Be attentive. The second stage happens, and that is called the paramarthik ahankar or paramarthik ego. First was Vyavaharik Jiva. Second, when you are taking this path of inquiry, Vedanta, knowledge, then a seeker is born. The seeker is the paramarthik Jiva. Now be attentive. Like the actor who remembers although he is playing the role of Shivaji, he is not Shivaji. So after the acting is over, he will remove the clothes and take his payment, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, ride his bicycle and go home. But imagine if he forgets that now the drama is over, he has to behave like a man. He forgets, he continues to behave like a Chhatrapati Shivaji. He will get kicks. Exactly the same way. That's how important it is. If I remember that I am a seeker first and then everything else, then I will function in this world but not get entangled in this world. That is the Paramarthik Jiva. And this Paramarthik Jiva then is focusing his attention on the self that we are. And therefore, yavat syat swasya sambandha ahankarena duratmana tavanna leshamatrapi muktivarta vilakshana. So till such time we are the strong personalities, there is no possibility of freedom from I. Therefore, what is the meaning of liberation? Liberation from I. Not liberation for I. So when liberation from I is understood as moksha or the nirvana, then your whole approach to life will change. But if your understanding is moksha is what? When you do this karma remove from your head. Karma is a useless thing. See? But these people who are lost in this karma theory, they will be, if you do this karma, then you will be purified and then you go to the next life and then you will be born as somebody and somebody will recognize you. Oh, you are the great next master of the world and all that. Don't get carried away by all these stories. Remain in the utter present. Na nirodho na cha utpatti na baddho na cha sadhakaha. Na muktaha na mumukshurvai ittesha paramarthata. See, my dear friends. So, do not give importance to this ahankar or the ego or the jiva bhava. Ahankara grahan muktaha swarupam upapadyate chandravan vimalaha purnaha sadananda swayam pravaha. Ahankara grahan muktaha. He who is liberated from this ahankara graha. Graha is the planet or the star, whatever you call. There is a story when the Samudra Manthan happened and the ambrosia Amrit came out. And when it was being distributed by Vishnu taking the form of Mohini, then that time this Rahu, one of the Asura, he sat in between Surya and Chandra, sun and the moon. And when the nectar was given, he drank it and immediately the moon told this God, Vishnu Bhagwan, look here, he is Asura, he is not Asura, he is not Devata. Immediately his head was chopped off. Therefore, this Rahu is only with the head and no body. But because he has taken the Amritam, he never dies. And because of that, the Rahu is having vengeance against the Surya and Chandra. And therefore, according to the mythological stories, what is the Surya Grand solar eclipse? When the sun is eaten by the Rahu, there is a solar eclipse. And because there is nothing, then the sun comes out. Similarly, the lunar eclipse is the same way. The Rahu eats the moon and again it comes out from the other end and the eclipse is over. This is what is mentioned here. Ahankara grahat muktaha. In place of the Rahu is the Ahankara graha. Muktaha. It is not real, it is not complete. It is just for a short period. Ahankara grahat muktaha. Sarupam upapadyate. We are again back to our normal condition like Chandravar Vimala Purnaha. Like the moon as if disappeared during the eclipse. But again it comes out. In the same manner, for a time being, whenever this ahankara is very strong, as if our divine nature is covered, but it is not. It is only temporary. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita says, Api chedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakruttamaha sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijanam santarishyasi. Even if whatever worst thing that you have done in your life, don't worry. It will all be over. See? It will be over. Muktaha. Then Chandravat Vimala Purnaha. Because whatever is done, good or bad, by somebody in the past, when we have discarded the past and the body, who is now bound? Nobody is bound. See? The doer has disappeared. So to whom will you punish? See? Like the story which I told you probably sometime. Gabbar Singh was encircled by the police and he was told that we have encircled you. Don't be smart. Surrender yourself. And then in that house where Gabbar Singh was living, he shot himself dead. And when the police opened the door, they found him dead. What they will write on the case of Gabbar Singh's file? Criminal deceased, file closed. See? When the ahankar, the jiva bhava has disappeared, then file closed. This is what Bhagavan says. Api chedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakruttamaha. Whatever worst kind of sins you have done, doesn't matter. Sarvam jnana plavenaiva. Now from this time onward, change yourself. And what is the change? Ahankara grahan muktaha. See, friends, this I, ego, it has to go. Ego, going and gone is liberation. Then Chandravat Vimala Purna Sadananda Swayam Prabha. And when the ego disappears, then like the full moon, the ever blissful self-element, truth is revealed. See? Or else there would never have been Valmiki Maharshi. See? Who had done so much of sin, killing the people. Not one, so many of them. He would never have been a Maharshi writing the whole Ramayana, the first poet of the whole world. See, friends. Therefore, only give up this wrong notion that we are somebody. And on the foundation of this wisdom, we told, when you sit for meditation, take the position of nobody. When you are nobody, you are in the present. When you are nobody, you are not someone extraordinary. When you are nobody, you are most average, not extraordinary. Normally what happens? Spirituality for us means we should become extraordinary. We should become someone special. No. We are sufficiently carrying the burden of speciality. That mule who is carrying the burden of speciality is called as ahankar or ego. The one more thing, now I am spiritual. No. So, in the 304th verse, Yavad kinchit ishat dosh yavad dosh spurti asti ched dehe yavad yat kinchit visha dosha spurti asti dehe katham arogyaya bhave tad ahantapi yogino muktai. It is not the Anushtup Chanda. So as long as even a little bit of poison is still lingering in the system, in the body, till then we cannot say that this body or this person is healthy. We cannot say. Katham arogyaya bhavet. It is not called as complete freedom. See, like these people tell, these corona people. No, it is negative, but you don't take it, don't do it again and again, but it may again come up. So, katham arogyaya bhavet tadvat. Similarly, ahantapi yogino muktai. In the same manner, even ishad, even little bit of ego remains. And how do we find out ego is there or not? Only one symptom. The symptom is you get hurt or you hurt someone else. Both the things. When we get hurt, we are ego. And when we hurt somebody, this is poisonous ego. Such people are called a sadist. See? They derive joy by torturing, by hurting others. See? So, yavad yat kinchit vishadosha spurti asti dehe chet katham arogyaya bhavet tadvat ahanta api yogino muktyai. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is get rid of these ahankar, ahankar, ahankar. Ahamaha atyanta nivritya tatkruta nana vikalpa samhritya pratyak tattva vivekad ayam aham asmi iti vindate tattvam. When we are all the time in that lullaby, ahankara grahan muktaha swarupam upapadyate chandravat vimala purna sadananda swayam prabha yavat sasya sambandha ahankarena duratmana tavanna lesha matrapi mukti varta vilakshana santyanye pratibandhaha pumsa samsara hetavaha. When this lullaby chanting begins, one is likely to fall into sleep. And therefore, suddenly Bhagavan Shankaracharya has changed the meter. So you have to think and again reread it. So, ahamaha atyanta nivritya. Ahamaha of this ego, when this atyanta nivritya will completely negated, zero ego level. Atyanta nivritya, then tatkruta nana vikalpa samvritya. Then all the modifications which are born because of this ego, which are the modifications? They are kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, honor, dishonor, joy, sorrows, achievement, failure. All these, tat kruta nana vikalpa samvritya, all of them are completely destroyed. Then pratyak tattva vivekat. And then we will be able to recognize what is the meaning of the word aham and ahankar. Two things. See, dehoham ahankar, jivoham another ahankar, and brahmasmi is not ahankar. See, calling the water as wave is ahankar. Calling the water as ocean is ahankar. Calling the water as water is no ahankar. See? How simple it is. Meaning what? When the infinite is associated with any conditioning, conditioned expression of the infinity is called ahankar. So, in our day-to-day example, calling oneself to be the son is ahankar. Calling oneself to be the husband is ahankar. Calling oneself to be the boss is ahankar. But calling oneself to be the human being is not ahankar. So, what should be spiritual practice? Whatever role you have to play through that particular conditioning, upadhi, play it. But don't forget that basically you are a human being. So, ahamaha atyanta nivritya tat kruta nana vikalpa samvritya pratyak tattva vivekat. Then pratyak tattva, our essential divine nature, vivekat by discrimination, ayam aham asmi iti vindate tattvam. Then we come to discover, oh, this is the meaning of I. Not I the son, but I the man. Not I the husband, but I the man. Not I the father, but I the man. Similarly, not I the body, but I the jiva. Not I the jiva, but I the divine. See? Ahankartari aspin ahamatimatim muncha sahasa विकारात्मन्यात्म प्रति फलजुषी स्वस्तिति मुषी यदध्यासात् प्राप्ता जनिमृति जरा दुःख बहुला प्रचीत चिन्मूर्ते तव सुखतनो संस्कृतिरियम मुंच सहसा गिव अप इमीडिएटली effortlessly. What? Aham kartari asmin aham iti matim. I am the doer. The notion of doership, give it immediately. Then things are happening as planned by the divine will. We are just an instrument in his hands. See? Now just take our satsang which is going on. Neither have I ever planned this, nor any one of those who are not listening, they have also known about it. See? It is happening. We never knew how after this corona lockdown is done, what will happen. Nothing. It has just started. And not wasting even weeks or months together. Within a day or two it started. How it started, God knows. See, friends. And then the thing started already happening. See? So, ahankartari. I am the doer. I am conducting. What conducting? If the electricity goes, your conductor goes. You become a conductor, bus conductor. See, Maharaj. In our satsang, see how many factors are involved. First, internet, fiber, then YouTube, then various instruments, good phone, good mic. How many things are required? But what an arrogance. Aham kartari, I am the one who is giving lecture. See, friends, aham kartari asmin aham iti mati muncha sahasa. Give up this notion, I am the doer, I am the doer, I am the doer. Then vikaratmani, atma pratiti phalajushi. Vikaratmani, the doer, when you get identified with that because of the habit of identification, swastiti mushi, then you have forgotten your own divine nature. And the result, yad adhyasat prapta, and because of this adhyasa, the wrong notion, what you have attained now? You have attained jani, mruti, jara, dukkha, bahula. Then you have attained a state where birth, death and old age and miseries in a way, big way. This is what praticha chinmurte. This is all this has come to you. To you who you are, chinmurti, you are divine conscious, blissful being. To that divine being, this samsara problem has come because of this doership. I am doing, I am doing, I am doing. You can see this. There are many spinsters. They have done a lot for their nears and dears. But you will see among them, majority of them, after having done so much for all the relations, they become bitter toward the same people, toward they have done good in their life. The reason is, I am doing, I am doing. See, friends, in this world, nobody gives anything to anybody. We are all paying our debts. See, friends, therefore, ahankartari, I am the doer. Till such time, this is holding on to us. We can never be happy in life. Don't do. Who asked you? Don't do. But we have that wrong notion. And therefore, Although we are good, but we are suffering. Such people are suffering from a disease called as Arjunitis. See? Dhritarashtra was not miserable when he wanted to get this kingdom. Then Duryodhan was not miserable. He was ready to fight. So Tamoguni Dhritarashtra was not miserable. Rajoguni Duryodhan was not miserable. And then the so-called Sattvaguni, Gudi. See, Arjun Maharaj started thinking, how can I kill them, is it not a sin to, you are too smart, so don't kill. Get killed. Yes, that's what I am doing. Therefore, the so-called good people are dangerous. It is also a very strong ego. If one has the ego of collecting the things, a day may come, he may give up the things. In Tamoguni, ego is slowly going away. If somebody is workaholic, doing this, doing that, one day may come that he may give up the activities. That Rajoguni ego is going away. But Sattvaguni ego, I am good, I help everybody, I get up early in the morning, I don't smoke, I don't spend money on me, I keep everything in the bank and then give it to my dear and near, and then they are now getting spoiled. You are responsible for all your miseries. See, friends, it is so simple, it is so straight. So, yad adhyasat prapta jani mruti jara dukkha bahula prateech. All these miseries are associated with us because of this karta, the doership. And who are essentially sukhatanoho chinmurte tava. We are essentially conscious, blissful existence. So we suffer, although we are done good to this world. Tato hamade vinivartya vrittim santyakta raga paramartha labhat tushnim samasvatma sukhanubhutya purnatmana brahmani nirvikalpaha. Therefore, the teacher says, tataha, then what is to be done? Ahamadehe vinivartya vrittim. Then all the thoughts which are born because of the ahankar, and the thoughts are the thought of doership. Raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all the vinivartya, all these wrong notions and the effects of the wrong notions, wrong thoughts are completely given up. Santyakta ragaha, not getting attached to anybody in this world. Be very attentive. We are not attached to anything, know only this much. That's it. Attachment is an illusion. Santyakta raga. Paramartha labhat. And this is possible only if we are seeking something higher in this world. Do not imagine that what we do good to the world, the same person will be good to us. No. Be good for the sake of being good. Nothing to expect in return. Not even appreciation. See, do we appreciate God? He has given us everything. But we only talk about that what we don't have. Hinata and dinata. Like the child. When for the first time he loses his tongue, the tongue goes not where the teeth are, but where the tooth is not. In the same manner, what the Lord has given us, that we don't talk about. We talk about what He has not given us, and therefore we suffer. Tato ahamaderi vinivartya vrittim santyakta ragaha paramartha labhat. Detachment from the world is attachment to the truth. See? We told you in other words, if you remember, that Atma Chintan means absence of Anatma Chintan. Thinking of God means not thinking of the world. Because God is Achintya, you cannot think of a God. So what is the contemplation? Contemplation is don't think about the world, you are contemplating. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.